Hello, today we are looking at Fun Race 3D. It's a little fun little game where you control a humanoid and you run through obstacles. Now there's really not much to the game as far as what you need to do, but the game has some interesting little aspects to it, so let's go through and talk about that. So you get to do a little dance at the end as your celebration, and it's fairly simple. Some of the races, I don't know, some of them. I think later on in the game you face more opponents. You begin with just one. This right here is a bonus section, so I didn't realize it the first time I played through, but you're controlling all three. So obviously the more, so I redid this one because of that. So you're controlling all three, so you want to time it so all three make it through safely. Now, as you can see, I did a pretty good job up to right here. I kind of forgot that I was in control of all three. You know, when you play this game, you are only in control of the character on the far right. I don't know if you have the option to move it to the one on the left. Usually, like I said in the beginning stages, you're only racing against one person. And based upon the performance of that other person, I'm going to assume it is a computer or some sort of simulation. It's not an actual human being with any skills at all. Now, it could be, they recorded, saved the data or whatever of someone who played at a low level. That's, I think, a fairly good guess of what they did. And then they just use that as, your competition. And at the beginning, the racers are very bad. That being said, I still lose. But that's okay. There are some other, things you can open. I'm not really sure what doing any of this stuff is. I guess you are supposed to be building your own race, it looks like, and it costs gems or tickets in this case, and maybe they can make money. Maybe they use those in other races. That'd be kind of cool, right? You could have your own race and they could actually pay you. So let's just talk about what we're seeing in front of us here. So all you are deciding, see how it ducks there? That's done automatically. So all you're deciding is whether to stop or to go. That's it. You press the button to go, or you press the screen. This is a telephone game, and you stop pressing it when you want to stop. And there you go. I don't know if it's the reverse is true also, if you could make that do the reverse. In every few races you win, you get a reward. There are lots of ads, and the difference between watching them and not watching them usually is a reward. You still have to watch them if you don't. If you choose you don't want the reward. It's probably a slightly slower ad. See here, I am not controlling the ducking. I am just moving forward, and because of the aspect, the camera angle, it's hard to tell sometimes where you're supposed to be. So I don't know if you saw just a second ago, there's some red lines. Those delineate where the hazard will go and not go. So when you're playing, it's actually kind of hard to see sometimes, but so I kept hitting the player one button, and the keypad keeps coming up. But so as you can see, you're back to a bonus stage. They seem to have quite a few bonus stages, and my eyes aren't that great, so it's hard for me to see. I thought I was far enough away there, and these are a little bit harder. So I've blown this up on the right side so you can see a little bit better what the obstacles look like. And I hope you like these little dances. That's one of the funner parts of the game. We're already up to level 7 here. Make it out to level 15. So there are a couple of failures in here. But if you look on the ground, for some of these, they do have a, I guess you're supposed to see the black thing dropping on the ground and determine that's how you know where the obstacle is in this case. So running into it is not a good idea. But you see, very easy, can be very easy, especially in the lower levels. The hardest thing I found was the obstacles where they do have the red line. That's obviously intentional to help you see. You can see that red line, and you got to kind of be looking for that, because that red line is going to tell you when you're safe and not safe. So, you know, obviously didn't do that. It was hard for me to see them when I was running this, and I lose this race. So remember that level 8 race. You know, you got to really pay attention to those when there's a red line. Ooh. So at this point, I'm kind of just cribbing off of the other guy, because I don't know. Yeah, I just cheated there. I followed what the other guy did, and then I just kept running at the end. I didn't wait to see, where the hazard was. I just kept going because that was the only way I was going to win. So, yes, I'm a cheater. But there you go. So, see, this one's a very similar stage. You can see the red line there. Of course, you have to figure out what side of the red line. See, I thought I had this, but it just zips by and gets me. And I did it again here. But I made it that time. I was not using any sort of skill, just the hold down and pray skill. It's a fun little game. There are quite a few ads. I'll have to look at the cost of it. I think it's like $4 or $5 for this game. I don't know if there are. Oops. Yeah. See, I knew how to play it. I just got distracted by the 3. See, having those 3 up there, it's just not something I was kind of used to. Like, you're almost always just controlling the one on the right, and as I saw the other ones died, I remembered. See, this is a tough one because those fans. When you look on the left, you can see, like, okay, where does the fan beginning and end? On the right, where it's blown up, it's a little bit easier to see, but like, oh, that's easy enough. Like, just go now. Well, nope, didn't work, did it? So, yeah, it's, these are smooth, so it's easy to go. These further down, they stop right here. You got to go right now. You got to go right now. But you see there's one going on one side and one going on the other. It's a little bit harder. You got to time it as it's just starting to go. Give yourself a little inch or so. So I've earned all these chests and whatever. I'm not really sure what they all do. But I'm assuming they buy things for that. So this one was, like I said, you can see the reds on the bottom, so you know where it's going to be saved. A lot easier to see this, right? A lot easier. You can see, but I still, I must have lost this race. Usually in the beginning, you can fail maybe 2 times before you lose. Yep, I lost it. Which is okay. Don't get bothered by that. The only issue, of course, is you're gonna have to watch some ads. But like I said, you can pay and $4 or $5. Cute little game. I thought there was sound in it, and